Hey everybody, Austin here with some Jokerz pinball gameplay. Now I already have a non-commentary track version of this, but I thought it would be cool to go back and do a commentary track version of this same gameplay and sort of teach you guys how to play Jokerz if you don't already know how to. Now for those of you guys that don't want a commentary version, you can go to my main YouTube channel page and search for the Jokerz videos, and I'll have two other videos. One's going to be just stretched full for all those people on cell phones, and then I'm going to have one exactly like this but with no commentary, and so you can kind of hear how the game sounds. But this video's intention is going to be to sort of teach you how to play Jokerz, which is a 1988 Williams table, and it's actually a really fun game. A lot of people seem to not like it, but this one has actually really grown on me. I didn't expect to enjoy this game, but it's a really good game that requires good accuracy, good control, and smart decision making, which that pretty much, you know, is the making of a good pinball machine, in my opinion, from a rules perspective. So I'm going to try to go over, you know, the basic elements of the game and, you know, your main shot options and so forth. Jokerz, if you're trying to play for high score, it really has two main things you want to go for. And that is, one, the multi-ball jackpot, which I'm going to do right off the bat here. And then two, getting your bonus multiplier maxed out and collecting the table bonus. So first I'll go into how the multi-ball and jackpot works though. What you want to do is actually hit the center ramp, and by default the ramp, or you can call it the drawbridge, is actually down. And you have to hit a stand-up target pretty much dead center in the playfield to raise the bridge. And then once the bridge is raised, you can lock two balls, which as you can see I've done. And then once you do that, they'll kick back out, you'll be into two-ball multi-ball. Now the goal from here is to shoot those balls up the drawbridge one more time. Actually, not one more time, 4 more times to collect the jackpot, which I just did there. And once you do that, the bridge goes back down. Getting the next jackpot is about 3 or 4 times as difficult. For each jackpot, or I'm sorry, each progression towards the jackpot, you have to re-raise the bridge. So every time you lock a ball back up, the bridge lowers, which makes it very risky to get your second jackpot. Although there is a shortcut to sort of get 2 hits on the bridge, and once it's up anyway, and that is you can shoot 2 balls back to back, one after another, and it'll actually register 2 hits towards your jackpot, which means you only have to raise the bridge up twice to get your second jackpot. But still, it's very risky. I think I've only done it once on this game, getting a second jackpot. And with these current settings, it's not really worth going for, because the first jackpot's $2.5 million, which is a solid set of points in this game. But once you collect that on these current settings anyway, the jackpot value resets back down to 500,000. And it's really not worth going for after that. The next point of interest, though, is the table bonus, which I had just mentioned previously. And with the table bonus, essentially, it is the bonus seen in the center of the playfield. And every switch hit essentially builds the table bonus. And to collect it, you have to complete all 5 rollovers at the mini playfield at the top of the screen. And you can do that by either hitting the gates on the lower playfield, which I just did right there, or you can shoot a ball up one of the left or right ramps and try to hit the rollovers that way. And then once you collect all 5 rollovers, it collects the table bonus value, which is again denoted in the center of the playfield. Now generally the table bonus is kind of small. It's 100-something thousand points, not a lot of points in this game. However, underneath the midi playfield, you have 3 rollovers, the BET lanes, bet lanes. And by completing 3 of those, you'll actually build your bonus multiplier. And it maxes out at 7 times. And that bonus multiplier will multiply the table bonus when you collect it. So your 100,000 point table bonus goes up to a 700-something thousand table bonus. And then that starts adding up really fast. So those are the 2 main goals in Jokerz to get a decent score. Now there's a couple other little things you can do to get your score up faster, and that is if you get into 2-ball multi-ball, there's actually a stand-up target behind that upper left gate, which unfortunately you cannot see right now, and that'll actually double the playfield scores for a certain period of time when you're in multi-ball. And so your 700-something thousand table bonus can become a 1.4 million something table bonus value. And that's really how you start snowballing your points in this game. Unfortunately, the 2x playfield does not multiply the value of your multi-ball jackpot, so don't try it. It doesn't work. But my main strategy when I play Jokerz is to first collect my multi-ball jackpot, because with default settings and with sort of event or competition settings, which you can actually set in the settings, the jackpot always starts off at least 2.5 million when you start a brand new game. So that's 2.5 million points on the table right there. And then from there, if you get your jackpot, you can try to get double scoring going, then work towards collecting your table bonus over and over with 2x playfield and multi-ball. Takes some work, takes some discipline, takes lots of patience, but it feels very rewarding when you can get 2x table bonus over and over and over again in multi-ball. Now, there's a few other things that are interesting on the playfield. For one, there's 3 sets of drop targets. One's on the left, one's on the right, and then one's at the upper left by the pop bumpers, which is a little hard to see in this video. Completing all 3 sets of drop targets will actually take you into million mode. And a little guy in the background will be saying million, million. And when he's saying that, you'll have a certain period of time to complete one more bank of drop targets to collect 1,000,000 points. Now, on default settings, it's very difficult to do this. On default settings, you only have about 10 seconds to do that. When my Jokerz memory is working, I like to set it to 20 seconds for the million, because if the drops, they're kind of risky, and it's, you know, they are a lot harder to hit than they look. So if you're the kind of person that likes to adjust your settings, I do recommend cranking the settings for the million mode up to 20 seconds to make it actually kind of worth going for. And if you are in 2x playfield in multi-ball, the million will be doubled as well. So that is something good to know. As you saw there, I actually just got a wild card bonus on the plunge. And that's one of the other things I wanted to talk about, is you can either short plunge in the game, which the ball will hit the right ramp and feed back down to one of your flippers, or you can try to plunge it all the way up, which is the recommended thing to do. And if you get the ball between one of the lanes that's blinking, you'll get the wild card bonus, which is essentially a skill shot. And it starts, I think, at 100,000 points. It builds to 2, 3, 4, etc. I don't know if it maxes out, but you can get it up pretty high. And you get a skill shot attempt every time you lock a ball for multi-ball. So that's one of the other advantages of trying to go for multi-ball, even if maybe you've collected your jackpot already. And we are also on ball 3, and one of the things Jokerz does is it gives you the opportunity to double your score, double your current score. And at the beginning of the ball 3, it'll say double your score, and to do that, you have to hit both ramps once. And you have to actually hit both, not just one. And once you do that successfully within a certain period of time, you will actually double your existing score value, which I actually demonstrate towards the end of this video. Because I'm on extra balls and I have multiple ball 3s. If you don't double your bonus on the first ball 3, if you do have an extra ball, it'll allow you to try to double it again. So that's actually something I do in this video, so you'll get to see that. A couple other features in the game. You have this shot between the right ramp and the upper playfield, and that's called the draw poker shot. And there's a really cool little spinning wheel in the back box, which unfortunately you can't see in this video. And if you hit that draw poker shot when it's lit, the wheel will spin, and you'll sort of get a mystery award in a way, or a randomized award. It could be anywhere from 10,000 points to 250,000 points, and sometimes an extra ball awarded. I don't really go for that shot because it doesn't really give you many points typically. Getting 250,000 points it's more or less a shot in the dark. Usually I end up getting 10, 25, or 50. It's not really worth going for. There is a spinner on that shot though, which will light, but unfortunately my spinner doesn't really spin. It might give you 2 or 3 spins, so it's not worth going for the spinner either on this specific machine. Might be worth going for on other machines though, so try it out and see how that spinner works. Now, you do also have the 2 huge ramps. They are actually really good feeling ramps. I like how the ramps feel in this game. Unfortunately, they're not worth that much right off the bat. The right ramp actually only collects the left ramp, or the value you set by hitting the left ramp. So right now, I actually just hit the left ramp. It says ramp value at 100,000. And essentially what happens is the first time you hit it, it goes to 25,000. The second time it goes to 50. The third time it goes to 100. The fourth, 250. And then the fifth shot will raise the right ramp value to 500,000 points, which I actually believe I do here in this gameplay session. So the ramps themselves aren't necessarily that lucrative off the bat. However, if you are patient, you can actually build the right ramp up to 500,000 points, which is a nice little chunk of points. And of course, if you're in multi-ball with 2 times playfield going, that 500,000 would become 1,000,000. So it actually adds up a lot faster. Generally speaking, I try to go for the gated shot up in the left-hand corner of the playfield instead of going for the left ramp. But if I'm just playing more for casual play, just to mix things up, I do go for the left ramp because I like getting that 500,000 on the right ramp. But if I'm in, say, competitive play, I'm probably going to go for that gated shot instead because it's going to feed the balls to the bet lanes guaranteed. Whereas if I hit the left ramp, I will get one of the top rollovers, but I will not get the bet lane all the time. And the bet lanes are really important so you can get your 7x and the ball bonus, but also your up to 7x bonus table bonus value as well. So that is pretty much Jokerz in a nutshell. There's not a whole lot else to explain. You do have these little bells in the bottom of the playfield, which, again, in, say, competitive play, don't really do much. However, there are settings in the game settings which can award a special or light an extra ball or something like that if you get a certain amount of bells. And I forgot how to actually progress towards the bells because they've never really been that important to me. I'm not on location, so a special doesn't really do me a whole lot of good. However, if you do own a Jokerz, or you have access to someone that owns a Jokerz and could tweak the settings, one thing I like to do is put the game into sort of, it's like either novelty or competition mode or event mode. I forgot the exact term for it. But essentially what happens is when you set it to that mode, the jackpot in the game always stays at 4 million points, basically maxed out. And when you collect it, it doesn't go away. So if you're, say, using Jokerz as a competition game, or you're just playing with friends and you want the game to be a little more even, put it into this mode and everyone will have a fair shake at the same jackpot value, which is cool. A lot of these System 11 games have these building jackpots in which you collect them, they disappear, and some of these System 11 games don't have a way of fixing that without a specialized, ROM or something like that. Fortunately, Jokerz, and I'm not sure if this is the case with all System 11B games, that's the model this one is, Jokerz does at least have that sort of novelty or competitive mode you can put the game into, which is really cool. You can also turn off extra balls if you want to make it competition friendly, and so forth. And I actually recently used this in a personal tournament here at my house, and it actually worked out really well. I think a lot of people liked playing the game, and it was a lot more balanced than I think a lot of System 11s can be in terms of the jackpot. So there you have it, guys, Jokerz. And again, if you want to see some gameplay without the commentary, just go to my main YouTube channel page and search for that. I'll have multiple different types of that. And as you saw there at the end of the game, I did double my score and I ended with 20-something million, which wouldn't have been my normal score because, again, I did use quite a few extra balls in that game. And yeah. So if you have any other questions about the game, feel free to shoot a comment below, and I'll see you guys soon. Stay tuned for some more pinball gameplay.